Hello everyone, this is Melody with designbymelody.com. Today I have a quick card process to share with you. This card was made using primarily the October Studio Calico main kit. This base, the card base, this pink card base, as well as the cream other cardstock you see here on my workspace is also both of them are also from the let me try that again. Both of them are from the kit. The stamp, as well as the embroidery floss, as well as the early espresso from Stamp It Up, the Stamp and Write marker, are additional things I've added. But other than that, the rub-ons, the alphas, the frame, and the paper are all from the kit. This is the first time I've actually used this Stamp and Write marker, so I just wanted to kind of see if it worked. I don't have this stamp pad. This is the early espresso. I don't have the stamp pad, so I'm just using the Stamp and Write marker to really seriously coat my stamp here. I probably way overdid it, but there are lots of little pieces to this stamp, so I just wasn't sure if it was going to work or how it was going to turn out. You can see it's a little bit more faded in the left corner of the heart, but it worked actually quite well. I was very impressed with that. I may actually invest in getting more of these Stamp and Write markers from Stamp It Up. I was really, like I said, impressed with the coverage and the easy application. I'll probably eventually get this color in the stamp pad as well, but I was pleasantly surprised with how well the stamp did. So I don't have the frame adhered, but I just used it for placement so I can see where I wanted to stamp this heart. This heart is from Technique Tuesdays. Love Makes the World Go Round stamp set. I believe it's like a 2x2 stamp set. It has 3 or 4 different stamps that go with this little stamp set. And I realized after I started using the rub-ons, I really should have cut them apart instead of using all of them together as one piece, because I'm starting to hit, they're so closely placed on this little piece of paper in the packaging that I you can see I'm concentrating here, that I ended up kind of over rubbing and getting a couple of the extra things, rubbed on off the star that was next to the one I was using. So I really should have learned the first time it happened, and then I did it again right there. So I tried to use my, what do you call this? I'm having a moment tonight. My craft knife, sorry, to try to scrape that off, and it worked okay, but it didn't do the best. So you'll see it in the photos, but it worked well enough. And then I got smart and decided to go ahead and, after like the 3rd time that I did it, decided to go ahead and cut them apart. So, lesson learned, I guess. It just was a hard lesson for me to learn, I suppose. There are so many rub-ons on this sheet as well. You can use them for a variety of different things. And in the blog post, I'm going to, and I believe at the end of this video, I'm going to put 2 photos of the finished card facing different angles, one towards the light and one away from the light. And you can see the shine of the stars in the second photo, the one that's facing the light. Even though they're rub-ons, they really are metallic. I mean, they're a very true metallic, and they're definitely shiny, which I'm not really a gold person. I just don't use a lot of gold in my layouts, but this frame had gold, little gold specks in certain parts of it, so I thought it'd be nice to kind of tie that in with the gold rub-ons. Plus, I wasn't 100% sure really how to use these rub-ons in my layout, since I don't use gold elements that much. So this was a perfect way to use both and have it one cohesive look. I'm just using glue dots in the corners here to adhere this frame down to the base of the basis of my card, pretty much. These are 2 different embroidery flosses. The pinkish, it looks red or orange on film here, but it's really kind of a pink. It's not like a hot pink, but it's kind of a I mean, it's kind of an orangey pink, but it really matches the alphas. It matches the actual, not the pink background, but it matches the lettering, the actual darker pink lettering. And I love using embroidery floss on cards. I love these little cute bows that it makes. It's taken me quite a long time to figure out how to make these little bows be the perfect little loops and the right length for the tails, but I just love how it looks. It's I kind of have perfected the way I like them anyways. It's probably not how everybody likes them, of course, but it's how I like the look of them. You can see I'm working my way through these alphas. I mentioned this in a couple previous videos, how I really like them. I wasn't sure when I first got them if I would actually use them, and I believe I've almost now used over half of them. I've continued to use them even after I've stopped using the kit, so I'll definitely be purchasing more of these. This manufacturer is Tim & Beck as well. I mean, this designer, Tim & Beck, as well as other designers as well. So my sentiment, I did not use a stamp for the sentiment. I actually use these alphas, and it's called, the sentiment is titled Happy Day. And the heart, I didn't even explain that to you, but the heart has gears in it. It's not just a solid heart. I like the way it kind of added a little bit of interest as well as something a little bit different. Handmade cards are unique in their own way, and I like adding different elements that you just don't see on a normal basis. And I staggered the letters a little bit. I ended up, as you can see here, going back and placing them a little bit closer together so they weren't so gappy looking, but staggering them just a little bit, of course, adds a little bit more interest. And since the ink I'm using is early espresso, it's a dark, kind of rich cocoa look. That's why the other embroidery floss I used was a dark brown. Just going to adhere this to the pink card base. It is a top folding card, as you could see at the very beginning of the video. I'm very pleased with how this card came out. I was pleasantly surprised. I had an issue figuring out how to use the frames as well as the gold rub-on, since like I said, gold's just not my thing. So I was very pleasantly surprised with how it turned out, and I'll definitely be using some of these techniques in other cards to come up. Just cut out some of the dash lines because it took me forever to do them. But if you have any questions, please let me know, or visit my blog at www.designbymelody.com for other projects or other things that I've done recently. Thank you.